Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. And here is my predictions for this weekend's Premiership matches. Of course, we had the international break last weekend. It's nice to be back to normal. Right, let's start with Wolves versus Liverpool. Wolves at the moment are 15th, whereas Liverpool are 3rd. And of course, Wolves lost before the international break, and Liverpool won. I said that at the start of the season that I thought Wolves are going to struggle. This season it looks like they're going to. So far, Wolves have won 1 and lost 3, whereas Liverpool, they've drawn 1 and won 3. Wolves are 15th and Liverpool are 3rd. Like I said, it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be a long, hard season for Wolves. The Wolves' problem is going to be scoring goals. That's going to be their problem this season. I can't see them. I can see them struggling. I did say at the start of the season they'd struggle, and I think they look the way from what I saw of them before the international break. I think it looks like the case. They're going to do a lot of struggling. Of course, Liverpool, they beat Newcastle and they won before the international break. This one I'm going to go for Wolves 0, Liverpool 3. I'm sorry, Wolves, but you're going to face another defeat, and I think Liverpool are going to win 3-0. Villa versus Crystal Palace. Well, Villa have had a good won their last few matches, but they've seemed to have gone off the boil a little bit. At the moment, Villa are 10th, and Crystal Palace, they are 7th. They're above Villa. Villa did have a good run there, like I said, have won their last few matches since they were lost to Newcastle at the start of the season, but I don't think people are saying that they think Villa might finish in the top 6. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, but it'll probably be a struggle for them to finish there. As for Crystal Palace, I can see them finishing where they usually finish, and that's about mid-table. Probably about 10th or 11th, that's probably where they'll finish. Anyway, Villa have won 2, lost 2. Crystal Palace, they've won 2 and lost 1, and they've drawn 1. This one, I don't know what to say about this one. Villa could beat Crystal Palace tomorrow, or Crystal Palace could beat Villa. I'm going to go for Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm not sure about this one, so I'm going to go for a draw. Fulham versus Luton. Well, at the moment, Fulham are 13th, and Luton, well, 19th, second from bottom. And of course, they haven't won 1 yet. I know this is, I know we're only 4 matches in, but Luton, you're going to find it hard going this season. Like everybody's predicted you to go straight back down again, and I think it will happen. It's going to be a long, hard season for them. And it doesn't get any better. They'll play Fulham tomorrow, and I think Fulham will be wanting to get a response after losing to Manchester City before the international break, because City beat them 5-1. And of course, one of the Manchester City goals should never have been allowed. It was offside, so everybody was saying, but it was allowed to stand. Luton, on the other hand, it's like everybody keeps saying you just don't know where the goals are going to come from. Who've Luton got to score the goals to keep them in the Premiership? And nobody can seem to give anybody an answer to that. It doesn't look like them going to score many goals. I don't know where the points are going to come from unless they beat teams around them. Maybe in the bottom four. The likes of Burnley, Everton and Sheffield United. Them are the ones really that the matches they've got to win. But it still won't be enough to keep them in the Premiership. Anyway, Fulham have won 1, lost 2 and drawn 1. Luton, well, they haven't won 1 yet and lost all 3. Anyway, I'm going to go for Fulham. Fulham 3, Luton 0. Manchester United versus Brighton. Well, Manchester United at the moment are 11th and of course Brighton are 6th. It looks like it's going to be an up and down season for Manchester United like they did last season. I don't know how they finished in the top 4 like they did last season. I don't know how they did it after the start of the season they had. And of course Brighton, they beat Newcastle for the international break, so it doesn't get any better. And Manchester United so far have won 2, lost 2, whereas Brighton have won 3 and lost 1. This one I'm going to go for Manchester United 2, Brighton 3. And of course we all remember what happened a few weeks ago when Nottingham Forest went there and they almost beat Manchester United. I think Brighton will beat Manchester United tomorrow. I can see it happening. More problems for Erik ten Hag and his players. Tottenham versus Sheffield United. Well, Tottenham are 2nd at the moment. I did say I thought they might struggle without Harry Kane, but so far they've proved me wrong. Whereas Sheffield United, they're 17th and I'm hovering around the bottom 3. Of course, like I said, it's only the 5th match of the season. We've only played 4 games. This is the 5th match. There's a long way to go yet. Tottenham won 3, lost none, and whereas Sheffield United, they haven't won 1 yet. Lost 3 and drawn 1. Of course, they drew against Everton the other week before the international break. Sheffield United are another team that are going to find it hard to score goals. Sheffield United are another team that you just can't see where the goals are going to come from. I did tip to Sheffield United to go down, and I'm still sticking with that prediction. Although they might shock everybody and could well beat get a couple of good results against some of the bigger teams later in the season. You don't know, but I don't think they will. Sheffield United will have the same problem as Luton, scoring goals. Well, anyway, I'm going to go for Tottenham. Tottenham 4, Sheffield United 0. West Ham versus Manchester City. Well, West Ham at the moment, they are 4th, and of course Manchester City are top. Will West Ham United finish there? I don't think so. I suppose the West Ham fans at the moment are getting excited about the thought of they might finish there and be in the Champions League next year. I don't think they will. I think they'll finish out of the top 6. They'll probably finish mid-table. That's where they'll finish, West Ham. Anyway, West Ham have won 3, drawn 1 and lost none, whereas Manchester City, they've won all 4. This one I'm going to go for West Ham 1, Manchester City 3. I'm going to go for Manchester City to win 3-1. Newcastle versus Brentford. Newcastle at the moment are 14th, whereas Brentford, they are 8th. And according to the paper, Eddie Howe is under a bit of pressure at the moment. Of course, they did lose to they had lost the last 3. Manchester City and Liverpool and Brighton. But I don't know why everybody's panicking for. I think Newcastle will probably finish top half of the table. Will they finish in the top 4 like they did last season? I don't think so. I think they'll finish out the top 4. Although they might finish 6th, maybe 5th. I don't think so. I think they'll just miss out on the top 4 this season. Of course, there's still a long way to go yet. Brentford, well, what can you say about Brentford? They just keep plodding on and proving everybody wrong. And of course, they'll have that Ivan Toney back soon. He'll be back. So far, Newcastle have won 1, lost 3, whereas Brentford have won 1, lost none, and drawn 3. This one I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Newcastle 2, Brentford 2. I'm going to go for a draw. I think Brentford will probably get a good point from Newcastle. Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Bournemouth at the moment are 16th and Chelsea are 12th. And of course, Chelsea lost to Forest before the international break. It looks like it's going to be another one of those seasons for Chelsea. I mean, everybody's predicted that Bournemouth will struggle this season, but I don't think they will. I think they might just manage to stay up. Bournemouth have, of course, at the moment, Bournemouth have yet to win 1. They've lost 2 and drawn 2. Where Chelsea have only won 1, lost 2 and drawn 1. Like I said, it's going to be another one of those seasons for Chelsea. I mean, they've spent all this money on new players, and it doesn't seem to be making any difference. Of course, Chelsea are missing what they're missing really is a recognised goal scorer. I think if they had one of them and could score goals for plenty of goals for them, they wouldn't be where they are. They'd probably be in the top 4 anyway. This one I'm going to go for Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth will beat Chelsea the weekend. I'm going to go for Bournemouth 1, Chelsea 0. Everton versus Arsenal. Well, Everton are another team who are in trouble. I know this early in the season we've only played 4 games, going into the 5th match, but I think the alarm bells are starting to ring at Everton at the moment. They've got every problems on and off the field. So, I mean, they haven't bought any players in at all, I don't think. Well, I think they bought one, but it's not enough. Everybody's saying that Everton could go down this season, but it might happen. Like everybody says, Everton's luck is probably going to run out sooner or later. Soon, one of these times, they'll be playing in the Championship. And of course, Arsenal, they are 5th. I don't expect Arsenal to finish 5th at the end of the season, so they'll probably finish in the top 4. But like I said, for Everton, it's going to be another struggle. And of course, already the Everton fans, they are not happy. Although they did get a good point against Sheffield United before the international break. And of course, Arsenal beat Manchester United. I just can't see them beating Arsenal this weekend. I just can't see it. I'm going to go for Everton 0, Arsenal 3. Arsenal to win 3-0. And finally, Monday's match, Nottingham Forest versus Burnley. Of course, Forest are 9th and Burnley, they are bottom. They haven't got any points yet. And of course, I've only played 3 games, have them and Luton. All the others have played 4. Forest, of course, Forest got a good result against Chelsea before the international break, and Burnley, they were soundly beaten by Tottenham 5-2. Forest will probably... I did tip Forest to be relegated last season, but they stayed up. I think they'll probably do the same again. Forest, they'll probably finish where... Will Nottingham Forest finish 9th? You never know. They'll probably finish mid-table. As for Burnley, well, they are in trouble. Burnley, even though they've only played 3 games, they are in trouble already. Of course, the Premiership is a different kettle of fish than the Championship. And of course, Burnley are finding out that if you make mistakes against the better teams, you get punished. And like I said, Burnley are starting to find this out. Can Burnley get out of it? I don't think so, but you never know. You never know. There's a long way to go yet until the end of the season, but I don't think they will. I did tip them to go back down again, and everybody else did. Anyway, Forest so far have won 2, lost 2, and Burnley haven't won 1, and they've lost 3. I can't see them beating Forest. I'm going to go for... Although you never know, they might get a point against Forest on Monday night. I'm going to go for Forest. Forest 1, Burnley 0. Well, that's the end of my predictions for this weekend's Premiership matches. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all again in another